Yeah, so, shalom, shalom, Most High in Christ. By the way,
Most High in Christ.
that's right, y'all already know who it is. I'm your host with the most, Judea. And I was having convo with my brethren.
Yes, sir. Solomon the Benjamin.
Right, so as we having a little convo, you know what I'm saying? Just let y'all follow along. Y'all could listen. You know the scriptures say, despise not the discourse of the godly, right? So
Yes, sir.
we having a little conversation, going over these scripts. Well, we just decided we're gonna go over a couple scripts. So while we at it, bro, here you can just whatever you feel, you can just pull it and then call it, and then we'll just go.
All right. Gotcha. All right. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, and the Apocrypha known as Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and his government of a wise man will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Right. So basically, a wise ruler will instruct his people, direct, educate. You know what I'm saying? He will educate his people. He will direct his people. He will instruct his people. That's self-explanatory. And his government will be orderly, basically.
Right. In order.
Right.
Verse 2. All right. Verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
That's all. See, all of that is self-explanatory. All the, you know what I'm saying, as the ruler is, so will his government be. And
right.
So all of that's self-explanatory. I don't really gotta explain that.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Verse 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
So basically, it's a vice versa. It's a unwise king will ruin his people, will ruin his own kingdom, right? Read it again, Slacky. Just in case, so they can hear it.
All right. Verse 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Right. So through a wise government, or a strong government, it will grow. But basically, it's hard for me to even change the words of that. All of that stuff is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Read it one more time so they can hear it, and then we just move on.
Okay. Verse 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Yeah.
That's self-explanatory too, right?
Yeah, that's epic.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. In the hand of God is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
The success of that person is in the Lord's hand, basically.
Right.
The Lord is the source of honor given to any official.
Right. Verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Right. So don't be angry with someone over every little thing, which is what you see a lot of people have issue with. They always mad at somebody about something. They always mad at people about this. They're always mad at people about every little thing. Lord said, you know what I'm saying? He said, don't be getting mad at people about every goddamn thing. Like, don't be, you see what I'm saying? That's why it tell you about anger resteth in the bosom of fools. He that is hasty to anger is, you see what I'm saying? It give you all the type of stuff because it's just like such a, why you get mad over every little thing? You're such a kid.
Yeah.
Isn't like this truth is Lord have mercy. It says don't the verse is it says don't be the one that is angry over every little thing. Read it one more time so we get that second part though.
Okay. Verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Do nothing at all by injurious practices. What does that mean? Okay. That means don't do anything out of injured pride. You know what I'm saying? A bruised ego. That's how you be seeing brothers get killed all the time. You know what I'm saying? Some brother is angry. And people like, all right, let it go or whatever, but his ego is hurt. His pride is hurt. So his next move that he's going to move is going to be a move made out of a bruised ego or hurt pride. Well, that's why you see the Bible tell us not to. Read verse 6 again.
Verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong.
So don't be getting mad over every damn thing. Go ahead.
Right. And do nothing at all by injurious practices.
And do nothing at all by injurious practices, meaning don't do anything by hurt pride. Don't do anything off of hurt pride or injured pride. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity.
Shalom, shalom.
That's heavy. Shalom, that's heavy.
Yeah, read that again.
Verse 7. Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. See, that's heavy.
Right.
That's heavy. That's like, dang. It's heavy, huh?
Arrogance and injustice, all that, you know what I'm saying? What it says?
That's it.
They are hated by both man and the Lord.
Yeah, right.
So read that one more time, though. That shit's smooth like butter.
I got you. Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both does one commit iniquity.
Right. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man. You know what I'm saying? And let's just be real. That Bible verse ain't no lie.
Yeah.
That verse ain't no lie. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. Y'all brothers, I don't know if y'all ever encountered dealing with somebody who's like stuck in their pride.
Oh yeah.
Like it really do make you start to hate them. They become hateful to you. Like, man, just like, man, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Like you're
right.
In your pride, like you can't move your pride to the side. You can't get from, you know, that's where you see how many people gonna die, because the Most High say what? Pride is when you pride is the beginning of sin, is when you begin to depart from your maker and stuff like that. It is because pride is that shit when you be seeing people and they can't just accept whatever going on. They can't just say all right. They can't just submit. They can't just apologize. They can't just drop shit. They can't just move on. They can't. These pride. These are people that I can't forgive and move on. And these are people that offend often.
Yeah.
Be forgiven 1,000,000 times and we can't forgive. People let stuff go and move on 1,000,000 times and they can't let go and move on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just like that pride, man. You know what? You want to know how else? You want a prime example of showing how much you prideful a person, you start hate pride. Imagine talking to somebody, trying to tell them something. They done did something wrong, and you trying to tell them, and they still arguing with you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's an example of somebody being prideful. You trying to tell them, they don't know what they talking about, and you 100%, you know. or they could just have done it wrong or got in trouble for something, and you steady trying to tell them, and they, instead of them just taking whatever you say, they arguing back. That's a prideful person. You know what I'm saying? That's that type of pride, that ungodly pride. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that the Most High can't stand, and also dealing with real men, real people, they can't stand it.
Yeah, it's true.
It make you hateful before both man and the Most High.
That's heavy, man. And it said by both you commit a sin by it.
Right, because pride is the beginning of one. Pride is when one depart from his maker. Pride is the beginning of sin. And, you know what I'm saying? So by both you gonna commit sin, because your pride ain't gonna allow you to let shit go, and we know that's pride ain't gonna allow you to forgive. Pride ain't gonna allow you to apologize. Pride ain't gonna allow you to accept that you wrong. Pride, you know what I'm saying? Pride goes so many angles.
It's true, man.
And pride is, once you got pride, you are stamped. You are a reprobate.
That's heavy.
Because pride will never allow you to see shit you do wrong.
You ain't never lied about that.
You know what else pride will do? Pride will allow you to apologize and never change.
You hot damn right.
Because you know what pride will do? The moment you apologize and you feel like you want to change, pride will do something to happen, and pride will make you say, see, that's the reason why I be doing that, Joe. See how pride come back? Pride done gave you an excuse and a reason for why you was doing it.
Right. Every time they give you an excuse why you think you're right. Why you're not wrong.
You know, sign Christ.
That's crazy, man. Most high Christ. Make you make excuses too. Like you said. Bring up talking about that's why I do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an excuse trying to make you. It'll make you go into excuses.
All right, so we go. Let's move on.
Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's heavy. Damn.
So like you read that one more time.
Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. So injustice, arrogance, and wealth cause nations to fall from power. So it's like a bunch of damn. I had a thought in my head. It just slipped. Read it one more time. See. All
right. Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings.
Because of unrighteous dealings. So we know unrighteous dealing could be. We know that's already wickedness because it's unrighteous. So that could be deceit. That could be beguile. That could be setups. All type of fucked up schemes. Any type of evil devices or schemes and stuff. That's the nature of false unrighteous dealings or murderous schemes and stuff like that. So that's unrighteous dealings. And what else?
Injuries. And riches gotten by deceit.
And riches gotten by deceit. See what I'm saying? Robberies. You know what I'm saying? Murders. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Lies, schemes. Backstabbing, treacherous ways that people, bro. Okay. Go ahead.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
So, you know what I'm saying? The kingdom get taken from one, handed to another. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you know, that's how it go. Like, think about some of the treacherous shit that you watch in these war movies, how they took one kingdom down. They'll take a kingdom down with something treacherous.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead.
All right. Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes?
Oh, hold on. As a fact, read that verse one more time.
Verse 8?
Yeah.
Okay, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. So they have a kingdom that is took it from one people to another. And when you get a kingdom by, I want to say the reason why I want you to read it again, because when they take that kingdom by all type of deceit and unrighteous dealings, as they take that kingdom, it causes one nation to fall from power, and then others take their place. You know what I'm saying? Which is how you see something like, let's think about something like Troy, the movie Troy.
Oh yeah.
The unrighteous dealings, the wickedness, and that shit. How he went there and laid with the man's wife and stuff. But then, right, and then that kingdom, but you know, hit that kingdom, and the kingdom that the brother did that shit, that kingdom ended up falling. But you'll see, it was you see how much unrighteous dealings was up in that.
Yeah.
And then
it comes that whole kingdom to fall.
Right. Go ahead and go ahead and go 9. I just want to point how Troy feel.
Yeah, that was heavy. I ain't gonna lie. Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? Okay, my fault. Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such in one setteth his own soul to sell. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Hold on, dog. I'm gonna read that again. Hold on, verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such in one setteth his own soul to sell. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. That's heavy. They out here selling their souls, Skull. Bible told you, it's heavy. That's crazy, bro. Listen.
Okay. Yeah. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Now, so we know that it says, why is earth and ashes proud? That's we are only dust and ashes. We got nothing to be proud of. Our body decays while we are alive. So our bodies decay while we're alive. But where we at? 10 and 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? So why is, you know what I'm saying? Why is it proud? There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Now think about this. Really think about it though. What could be more wicked than a covetous man? What's a covetous man?
That evil. He always got his eye set on something towards evil. He got it set on his eye set lustfully.
Right, it's always set on something that ain't his. He's never content.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That type of person, what could be more wicked than him? Because a covetous man, remember, coveting, admiring something is one thing. Coveting is trying to plot a way to get it, to take it.
Right.
So that means this dude deals in treacherous dealings. This man does in deceit. This man deals in, you know what I'm saying? There's no limits to a covetous man. He's only on a scheme or some way to figure out how to get whatever it is he's lusting after.
And he'll do anything to get it.
Exactly. And now, what could be more wicked than a covetous man? Nothing, because he go at all costs to get whatever he's lusting after. If it's your wife, he'll go at all costs to find a way to sneak in to get to your wife. If it's some money that you got, he will kill you, and he would whatever it takes to get to your money. You know what I'm saying? If there's nothing more wicked than a covetous man. A covetous man will be in your bro. How many covetous men sit at top of congregations? You know how many covetous men sit in congregations?
Damn, well, that's crazy.
What could be more wicked than the covetous man? The covetous man willing to even dress up and play and lie on God,
right?
To fulfill his lust.
Yeah, to get what he wants. That's come on, man. God.
All right, we can go ahead.
All right, guys. Then a covetous man, for such one selleth his own soul. For such and one selleth his own soul to sell.
Right.
Because why? Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, because while he liveth, he casteth away his vow.
Because why he casteth away his vow. Go ahead.
Verse 10. The physician cutteth off our own disease. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Yeah. That was it.
Okay.
Today is out tomorrow.
It said the physician cutteth off a long disease. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay, let me see something, because a long illness puzzles. Long illnesses, long-lived illness. God damn it. A long illness puzzles the physician. I need to see another translation of this.
Yeah, I see.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Hold on. Give us a minute, people. Just give us a minute. Hang tight. We'll be right back with us.
Strangely, I can't find one. I just want to see something. Okay, so different translation says a long illness puzzles the doctor, which is what I was saying. So when it says cut it off, that's why it kind of confused me. Because cut it off would make it sound like it stopped the disease, right?
Yeah, like cured it.
Right, but here it says a long illness puzzles the doctor. Even a king may be alive today and dead tomorrow.
Right, and that's when I heard that, I was like, yeah, you can be a king today, but die tomorrow.
Right, so now it makes sense. So my initial thought of it is right. It's just the way it's worded, it kind of made me say, hold on.
Now, I understand, but as long as you did the right thing, my brother.
All right, so basically a long a lone illness puzzles a doctor. Basically, he can't figure it out, and even a king may be alive today, but die tomorrow, be dead tomorrow. Alexander the Greek, I'm guaranteed if they could figure out how to cure him, they would have cured him.
You damn right.
And as great as he was as a king for them, he was there that day, and then he was gone tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you look at it, his reign wasn't long.
Yeah, that's true.
He just did a lot of things in that little time.
Yes, yeah, he did. That's just crazy.
So believe this: if they could have saved him, they would have.
Yeah.
But that disease got him on up out of here, just like this verse say.
Right.
So that's why I think about this. And some of y'all don't watch y'all families members die of these like of see how the doctors couldn't figure out how to really cure them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's how it goes. They'll be here today, and you could be even a king. It's just letting you know it don't matter how high you are or how low you are.
That's it.
You could be here tomorrow and gone. You could be here today and gone tomorrow.
Right.
So that's here, yeah, because that's like most I put somewhere ain't nobody can cure it. In other words.
Yeah. You can't do better. You can't do it better than the Most High.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
All right.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Verse 11. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms.
Damn. Basically, when a person dies, when a person dies, basically it's gonna be worms, flies, and maggots. So, that's what it's. Even when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things. Basically saying the only thing he gonna possess is worms, flies, and maggots.
Yeah. Snakes be under that creep.
So, creeping things, beasts, and worms. Go ahead. This the verse that I was quoting all earlier when I was breaking down the other verse.
Okay, gotcha. Verse 12. Beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's just exactly what it is. Your heart turned away from the maker. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is no longer after the Most High. It's after what you feel, what you want. It's your ego, your pride only. And that's why you see people can't rebound and come back to. That's why you see that, bro. Pride is the reason why most people can't rebound.
Yeah.
Pride is the reason why everybody falls out of the truth. I'm telling you, that's where it starts at. Nobody fell out of the truth by circumstance. Oh, it's just no. Pride had a lot to do with it. No, pride was it. Pride was it. Pride was the beginning. It's something you didn't deal with because pride. So when you see brothers fall out of truth, brothers fall out of brotherhood, sisters fall out of truth, sisters fall out of brotherhood, sisterhood. When you see, I'm telling you, when you see that type of stuff, when you see people fall out of congregation, all that type of stuff, congregations, everything, all of it, any type of separation. When you see all that type of stuff, pride is always normally there. When you see people sinning, pride is in there.
Yeah.
Pride has its beginning when a person abandons the Lord, his maker.
It's good, ain't it?
Yep. We at 13.
Yeah, 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. That's man.
Yeah, that's a lot to. Pride is the beginning of sin. Like I always said, pride is going to be the beginning of sin. Always.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But pride is like a fountain pouring out sin.
That's heavy, dog. Sin abomination.
Right. Pride is a fountain that pours out sin.
That's crazy, man.
Whoever basically, if you feel with pride, you're gonna be filled with wickedness.
Right.
So I got pride. Yeah, I know. We can tell. You can tell with your simple ass. With your simple ass. Pride make you simple as hell. I'm telling you. It do, man. Pride be making people simple as a mother. You simple ass. Hey, think about it. What they call it, gay pride. All that pride. I know. We know. Pride, full of sin. Well, God loves everybody. No, he don't. You fucking sinful bastard. You a walking abomination. You a fountain of sin. You prideful son of a bitch. That's you. You damn right. You got pride. You prideful bitch. I know some of them like, oh my God, did he just say that? Yes. Yes. I'm gonna bring it back in though, y'all. You know, when we go to talking about, you know, y'all got pride, and then we start talking about your elemental Q and what how is it? Because we not afraid. Y'all can cut the page anytime you want to. We're gonna say what we're gonna say. Yeah. What is it? The LGBTQ community, yeah, the alphabet community, and then y'all put pride behind it. Yeah, we know you got pride. Breaking all against what the Most High said. You just straight against it, doing whatever you want to do, but didn't got the nerve to put in God we trust.
Right, and then learn alphabet boys. What is it?
So pride. This is why the Bible explains exactly how it explains it. Read 13 again.
Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
Lord brought upon them terrible punishment.
Yeah, that's tough.
And some people completely and some people just completely destroy them.
Right. He said strange calamities. So these other people, the doctor, like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Never seen this one here before. Shit, crazy.
All of a sudden, calamity.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right. Strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
Alrighty.
14. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead.
That's kind of self-explanatory. The Lord, so the Lord have cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. That's somebody who was supposed to be getting ready to rule, a prince. He took them and put somebody else in their stead because they were prideful. They were proud, arrogant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Proud, sinful, abominable. They hate. You know what I'm saying? The Lord removed them, took them from the seat that they were supposed to sit in, and gave that seat to somebody else. And another way to read this verse is, it would be like saying, the Lord have overthrown kings and put humble people in their place.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man.
Verse,
It's on you.
what's up?
I said it's on you.
All right. Verse 15. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place.
Same thing. Saying the same thing as verse 14. The Lord has pulled up nations by the root and established the humble. So he's taken up proud nations and plucked them out and put in. Salakia. Read it one more time.
Verse 15. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place.
All right. So that's self-explanatory. He rooted up proud and put down humbles. So it's telling he's done it before. I'm just telling you.
Right.
Lord don't like a proud mother flubber. That's what we read. He don't like prideful mother flubbers.
Right.
It's a lot of you tap biscuit head motherfuckers is prideful. Welcome to Friday Night Lights. Welcome to Friday Night Lights. It's a lot of y'all be prideful, man. That's what we read, and the Lord don't like that shit. And he will take the greatest of you if you proud. That's why we still got to be humble. No matter how much you start teaching, no matter how much you think you know, no matter at what point, no point, don't start getting proud and don't get prideful. Because the Lord will smack your ass out the way and put somebody humble in that place. You know, it just happened. That's how. Look at Saul, man. He hated David. He couldn't do nothing about it. The Lord just made everybody love David and start over whatever Saul.
Yeah. Yeah, you said.
And that's how it's gonna be, man. Y'all don't ever get to the point where you start being prideful, and it's very easy to do. And the worst part about it is pride is departing from the maker, because you won't be able to acknowledge nothing. You won't see that in your head you'll be perfectly fine. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good being in sin. I'm cool.
Oh,
we going to hell together, y'all. No, we ain't. You going.
hell nah, right. Hands away from me.
I'm good. Amen. Man, shalom, man. I'm sick of this, man. Won't you get sick of it? I'm not getting nothing together. I'm fine. Go ahead. All right. So yeah, it's just.
Verse 16. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. That's heavy. What they talking about, Sco?
It happened like that.
Obviously, they don't be reading scriptures, huh?
So it says, read that again.
Verse 16. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth.
Right. The Lord has completely, it's like the Lord has overthrown, what it's like, the Lord done destroy entire nations, entire empires. You know what I'm saying? And completely destroy their lands. That's a prime example, the one that we all pretty much know the most. We celebrate the Passover of when the Lord went and laid down them plagues on Egypt and led us up out of them and passed over the children of Israel to, you know, kill the firstborns of Egypt. So that's one. That's kind of what the biggest one that is referencing to, about how he destroyed them nations, man. And guess who was in that nation? Prideful motherfuckers, man. Because when the Lord was telling him to let the people go so they can go serve him, guess what pride made him say? Who is the Lord? I ain't letting nobody go.
That's a heavy example.
Matter of fact, y'all ain't going to serve him. Y'all gonna serve me with rigor now.
Right.
And the cry went up to the Lord, man. And Lord came out there and handled that. That's what I'm telling you. The Lord destroyed their whole land. Destroyed their whole empire. He could have easily just walked us out of Egypt, but no, before he took us out of Egypt, he wanted to destroy everything they stood on. Every God they believed in, he destroyed it first. And then he took their nation up on them.
Right.
Yeah, for us.
That's how he was doing his holy. That's how they was doing his holy teeth.
Damn right.
And he gonna do it again. Y'all niggas better start teaching me right scripture before we Just start teaching the I said, motherfuckers.
March this. So let's. What verse we at now?
Verse 17.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and have made their memorial to cease from the earth. That's tough.
Basically, it's like the Lord he destroyed some of these nations. The Lord destroyed some of the nations so bad to the point that they don't even exist anymore.
You don't even hear a mention of them.
Basically, it's no remembrance of them.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I'm like, damn, I don't want to be in that situation.
Watch this. Next verse.
Verse 18. Pride was not made for man, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
Wow. Now you see what I'm saying? The Creator never intended for human beings to be arrogant and violent. Like angry like that. So many scriptures about your anger. That's why the scriptures have so much. The scriptures have so many verses about being an angered person, a quickly angered person, a wrathful person in anger, and all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Lord got so many scriptures on that, man. That's because he never intended that. But watch that. Read it again. That's it. Hit.
Yeah, this is 18. Pride was not made for man, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. That's heavy. Someone read it, man. That thing heavy.
Here it is. There you have it. All of you who are born of woman. It was never. Okay, yeah. It was never intended for you. It was never intended for you to be a fiercely angry person. What is that? A furiously angry person becomes a violent person.
Right.
That's not intended for us. But you know how niggas is. It's like, but you know how it is. That's how people are, man. We were base and we just do what the hell we want to do because we prideful as shit. And that's why I say it was never intended for us to be that way. Those things were never intended for us. But your pride makes you violent because your pride makes you angry, and your anger won't let you. I mean, you so fierce. I mean, goddamn it, you got such a bad temper, no patience. So therefore, you like a kid. You get angry very fast, and your pride won't allow you to let shit go. And therefore, you see black men killing black men at the rate that they kill them.
Right.
You see. I ain't gonna get into the women because we'll turn this to a whole nother class. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
All right. Verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed. Shout out to sure seed.
Shout out to sure seed.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and say it again, my brother. I had cut you off.
Yes, shout out to sure seed of Israel.
Yes, sir. They that fear the Lord are sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. Damn.
That's a heavy verse, but let's see if we can break this down slowly.
I got you. Verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
Now, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed. What's going to make them a sure seed? The fact that they fear the Lord. Why? Because the fear of the Lord is going to make you keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? Right. So keeping the commandments also means fear of the Lord is also that's why I told you, fear and love, believe it or not, it goes all hand in hand because of the fact that fear is going to make you obey. You know what I'm saying? You can love somebody, but there still has to be a certain level of fear there. Yeah. And we fear the judgments, we fear punishment, so we fear to go out. So because that fear is there, it says, they that fear the Lord are a sure seed. Go ahead.
Okay. And they that love him in honorable plants.
In honorable plants. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is kind of like a twofold you explain it, because an honorable plant is going to grow. It came from that sure seed. That sure seed sprouted up an honorable plant. What made it honorable? The fact that it did what? It kept the laws and commandments. Right. It became honorable. It's trustworthy now. It's worthy. It gained. It's due of its reverence now. So, and you can also take this back thing about Mark. In Mark chapter 4, it said that the sower went out to sow seeds or sow plants. I can't remember how it was, but he threw the seeds, and when he threw them, some landed on stony ground, some landed on good ground, some landed on the crest of the, you know, get what I'm saying, analogy. It landed them on thorns and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. Well, the ones that landed on good ground, those are sure seeds. And they grow to be honorable plants. The other ones fell on stony grounds. That's similar to certain things that pulled them out. Whatever the situation was. You got those who fell among thorns. You know what I'm saying? That's all about things choking they walk, meaning it corrupted them. You know what I'm saying? Then you got some that fell. I forgot what the other one fell, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. All this stuff, when you think about seeds and plants, you always look at Mark chapter 4 to kind of like, and I hope I'm quoting the right chapter while I'm screaming it like that. Let me look one time real quick. It's Mark chapter 4, right? That's what it says. Mark chapter 4, hearken. 4:3. Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside. So some of them didn't even land in the grass. They fell by the wayside, and birds and stuff came to eat them up. You know what I'm saying? So, and then some fell on stony ground. That's they never fell on a solid foundation. You know what I'm saying? And then some fell amongst thorns and thistles. So it's like basically something choked them and corrupt the walk. And then you got some that just fell on good ground, and those are sure seeds. Them will be the ones that fear the Lord and gonna make themselves honorable. You know what I'm saying? By what? Keeping the commandments and all of that. Okay, so we read. Go ahead. What's the damn? I forgot the part we stopped at.
Honorable plant. You about to go into they regard not the law.
Go ahead.
They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed.
Right. So them that regard not the law, meaning they don't take heed to the law. They break the law. They care less about the law. They are a dishonorable seed.
Nothing you can do with that seed there.
Right. Go ahead. What's the next?
What you saying?
No, go ahead.
All right. They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed.
They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed. Now.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, let's go ahead. Yeah.
All right, verse 20. Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable, so are they that fear the Lord in his eyes.
So it says a leader should be honorable by those who follow him, and the Lord honors those who fear him.
Right. 21. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Roughness and pride. That's it.
Read that again.
Verse 21. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority.
Mm-hmm.
But roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
But roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Let me go back real quick.
All right.
Okay, all right. We at where again?
Verse 21.
This is the fear of, yeah.
All right. Verse 21. The fear of the Lord. My phone's good. That's bad. All right. Verse 21. I was trying to hold it. Verse 21. The fear of the Lord goeth before. I'm sorry. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority.
All right. So the obtaining authority. Now, before you obtain authority, before you become a leader and all this stuff, you gotta fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Meaning keeping the commandments, you being in order, you know what I'm saying, structure and all that stuff. You keeping the commandments must come before becoming a leader, before you obtain authority over the people.
That's it. Damn. You read? But roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
But roughness and pride is the losing thereof. I'm saying the fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride. What is pride again?
Beginning of sin.
All right, and when one walketh from his maker, is the losing thereof. By your pride and by your roughness, you will lose your authority. So by your pride, which caused you to depart from the Lord, you'll lose your authority. I'm saying when you stop dealing outside the way the Most High tell us to deal, you become through roughness, harshness, sin, wickedness. But I'll even think about it. Everybody, I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna say that because you know you got kings that they rule harshly. I mean, they rule with an iron fist. They ain't lose their kingdom because they rule with an iron fist. But I tell you what, they did lose their kingdom behind when they pride got in. Okay, you rule with an iron fist. That's okay, cool. Make sure you just follow these guidelines. But when the moment you got inside your pride and all that shit, and you start doing it the way you want to do it, and you start, yeah.
But even a lot of them kings, when they try to say they deal in roughness, they don't really deal in roughness. They just ruling their kingdom strict so it won't fall.
Right, which is why I said you got some kingdoms that they rule hard, and then you got some kings. You got some kings that he. But what I was trying to get you to see is, I'm sorry, y'all forgive me. But what I was saying is because no, you really got some kings that they ruled very hard. Like it was just very strict, you know what I'm saying? And you know how it go, bro. If you think about it, put yourself in the kingdom, you like, man, damn, it's like it's just super strict. Like it's just like so. But you got some kings that they rule when they rule, it's gonna be very hard. But as long as they're not breaking the commandments,
Right.
they in order with God. Hey, people just gotta bear.
Yeah. So the reason why I say that too is because when I watch old war movies, those same strict kings, when they talk to their son and their son asks them, they explain why they're that way. You feel me? And when you hear it, you be like, it makes sense.
Yeah, but that, you know what? That's also the same thing with me when I be ruling and when some things happen and I say y'all only see this from y'all view, y'all don't understand what you won't be able to see what the angle I'm coming from.
Yeah, that's what the king be telling his son.
So it's like there's a but hey man, this right here, basically, your pride is what's going to cause you to lose authority. Roughness. Which is it go down to, let's just leave it down because I don't want to tie too many things to it. But yeah, your pride, because you go. That's the reason why I keep expressing that, because when it says roughness, I don't want people to, like how you brought out, some people just rule with an iron rod, and that's true. And there's nothing, you can't really say anything wrong with it, as long as they ain't breaking the commandments. But when people start ruling based off of their pride, that's when the issue comes.
Yeah, you can tell the man who ruled off their pride too. So
yeah,
you can tell.
Yeah, bro. And the crazy thing is, it's easy to fall into it.
Yeah, but especially when you done got a taste of power.
Yeah, or not even just not even just that. It's just after a while when you get to a point, if you ain't got nobody that you checking into, well, you have to humble yourself down at every point, and then it's easy. I know because I've been there.
Nah, so I understand that. You know, I was going almost on that route because it's like when you get that taste of power, you've been in that rulership so long, like nobody can take your shit.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, bro, and that's why I'm saying. Like when I say I've been there, I ain't saying like as a leader. No, I'm saying I've been to the point where I fell into basically my pride in it.
Oh, God,
to where even when y'all would tell me, like when you would tell me, like, man, bro, it's like and I'm like, man, I couldn't even hear it.
Oh,
I can't even hear it, man. Y'all just complaining, just like, yeah. And then you go looking in the scripture, like, and you would say, the scripture say, I'm like, man, what the scripture also say? Now, hold on, see. but and so it gets to that point where you gotta. I'm telling you, and it's a lot of. The only issue is, for the thing about me is my mind always, it never lets me forget something I was said. So at some point, I'm able to, like, you know, I can walk away, like me and you know, I can get into we can get into an argument, and I can just walk away, and then like I can walk outside, and then you know I just like, damn, okay. I don't know, something you say, like something that was said, it'll come to me. I'm like, damn, bro, all right, chill. We got to think about this.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know, I know, man. Get out your pride and go on there. Let's get it right. But it's a lot of these elders, and so they can't do that. They'll never. Yeah. They in their pride.
Yeah. That's scripture heavy, bro.
Yeah, so.
These is heavy scriptures.
Yeah, man. We're gonna keep on moving. Read that verse again.
All right, guys. Verse 21. The fear of the Lord goes before the obtaining of authority.
Right. So you want to, before you can rule the people, before you can get authority, you must fear the Lord. And the fear of the Lord is the keeping of the commandments, the fear of his judgments.
Right.
Go ahead.
But roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
But roughness, harshness, and pride. You being super overbearing, being a damn lying you just overbearing, harsh as hell. The people fucking hate you. And then you prideful as a motherfucker. On top of that, then you in your pride. And then you're a prideful person. Yeah, you're gonna lose that. You're gonna lose that. That's what's gonna make you lose your authority. The fact that the Most High gotta put his foot in your ass before you get it.
Yeah. And you always go out bad that way too, so that should be so damn humiliating.
You remember in the class I said, at that point you become you a brickhead, you a stonehead.
Yeah.
Your head like an adamant stone. You got to either be pierced or broken every time for something to get through to you.
Right. Goddamn shame, man. It is.
That's how I be though.
Say what you want me to jump. Verse 22.
Yeah, you go ahead and get it.
Verse 22. Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord.
Read it again.
Verse 22. Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord.
Right. Whether he, and that's what we got to understand, man. Whether you rich, famous, poor, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean a mother loving thing. You read it one more time. I've got the last damn thought. It slipped right at the last. Yeah. I know you can tell it.
It's not good. Verse 22. Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Whether he be rich, noble, or poor. You know what I'm saying? So whether he be rich, what does it mean? What does noble mean?
That's that honor.
Whether he be honored, mean whether people like him, love him, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whether he's rich, noble, or poor.
He's a man of high renown.
Right. Right. Exactly. A man of, to be a noble man is like a lot of people. He's a renown. He's a known man. A lot of people know him. You know what I'm saying? He's known of, or he's liked, or whatever the case may be. So it says, whether he be rich, poor, or noble, or whatever the case may be, right? Meaning whatever so-called status he has in his so-called life, the real glory, their glory is the fear of the Lord. Meaning, what is somebody's glory? See what I'm saying? These are my glory days. This is my best days. This is the glory times is the best times. You see what I'm saying? So it says the real glory, the best thing of you is the fear of the Lord.
Right. So that scripture heavy because you can be a rich fool. So when you die, you'll be talked as a rich fool. That was your glory. Yeah,
nobody even give a fuck about you. Only thing they care about is your shit. no, and I'm gonna tell you, and watch this. I'm gonna show you an example of that. How many of have y'all ever seen family members that nobody is actually crying over them at the funeral? They all fighting each other trying to see who can get their shit first. The family is fighting over who's going to get the dead person's possessions. Nobody's actually even crying. Nobody ain't been to visit them in years or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? They showed up only when they came into town and they needed somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Because this particular family member, maybe this family member stuck their nose up at people all the time. They don't, who knows? But when they passed off, only thing the kids cared about was who was getting money, or who was getting this, or who was getting that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's an example of that type of stuff.
It's a damn shame.
That's an example of that. You know what I'm saying? Where that person is rich, but that person, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Your glory better be in the fear of the Lord. Don't let it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you can be rich, whatever, poor, whatever, all that stuff don't even matter, because at the end of the day, the real glory is in the Lord. Why? Because that's where the real riches come in at. That's where the real reward cometh in at. You know what I'm saying? Because outside that, anything else is going to somehow lead back to pride. I'm telling you.
Right. But the Most High God, after you fast, if you keep His laws and commandments, the people on earth after you just always speak of the glory of you keeping His laws and commandments. Your name will live on. Right.
I've yet to hear a righteous man. I've yet to hear people talk about, oh, that righteous man, he was a high value man. Oh, that rich, that man loved God. He was his poor ass. You see what I'm saying? I've yet to hear people say that. You know what I'm saying? When you love, this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. When you love the Most High and your life is glorifying the Most High, people don't actually think about your status. They just know you're a God-fearing man.
Right.
So when you die, they don't talk about, oh, he was a poor motherfucker and all this, man. I saw his poor ass used to be out there trying to pray for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Man, that rich ass man loved him some God, didn't he? You don't hear that. You just hear either he loved God or he didn't. You know what I'm saying? When your real glory comes from loving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, you know what I'm saying? You know, because if not, it's gonna come. I'm telling you, everything else gonna lead back to pride. Oh man, I ain't Pope. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you is Pope.
Yeah.
Oh, I got big dollars. Well, little man, who is you? Little man, who is you? Oh, you clowning people. Why? Because your pride is involved. What people bust their ass to look a certain way because pride is involved. People rob, steal, and kill to keep up with the Joneses because what? Pride is involved.
Right.
But when you just fear the Lord, look how easy our life was. We didn't care about all of that. Right. Shalom, shalom. See you in the building too. Wow. So let's move on, brother. Let's move on.
All right. Okay, no stop that. Verse 23. It is not meet to despise the poor man that hath understanding. Neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man. That's it.
Right. That's it. Heavy. Now we gotta read that again. Heavy. I like that.
Bro, that's heavy. Because even when you go talk to some of those poor people, you know how it is, bro, just growing up in the environment we grew up in. Those poor people, they call drunks and shit, they say they crazy.
Yeah.
You talk to them, they be wise as hell.
Mm-hmm. People they call bums and all that. But that's heavy. Let's read it again.
All right. Verse 23. It is not meet to despise the poor man that hath understanding. Neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man.
Right. So it's not right to refuse honor to a poor person. So like, yeah, I done lost my damn thought again. Shit. It says it is not good. It is not. So when it says it's not meet, I mean it is not good to despise a poor man that have understanding. You know what I'm saying? There's a poor man that may be wisdom, and there may be a poor man who loved the Most High, but he just don't. He's not. Like a lot of us, a lot of the people who fear the Most High ain't wealthy men. You know what I'm saying? It ain't right to despise him, but you know what? Because you know what that goes to? That also goes to the verse in the scriptures when it says that don't be partial in people and all that. Like one person come in with gay clothing and you tell him to come sit up here, but the other person come in with poor clothing and then you treat him as his shit. So it's the same thing. It's don't refuse, don't despise a man because he is poor, especially when he got understanding, especially when he might be wise. Neither is it right to give honor to the sinner. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to, and I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to give you another example so people might catch it. Nobody wants to hang around a dude who ain't got the money, who ain't got the drugs, who ain't got the such and such. Nobody wants to sit around us because we going to talk about the Bible. Oh, but everybody want to go hang around such and such because they got the drugs. Everybody wants to go hang around such and such. They want to see what's going on at such and such day. They want to glorify him. They'll play his music. They'll do this. They'll be whatever to be around this wicked Negro.
Yeah.
But then they'll refuse hang around you. Wow, all they gonna do is talk about the Bible. Oh, they could. Oh, they could. Yeah, but they see they fried chicken. I want to go to the restaurant such and such.
Right.
So, it's like, yeah, that was a terrible example. But what the thing is I can admit that was a terrible example. But but basically it's just like don't glorify the sinner, and It's not right to magnify the sinner, and that's, you know what I'm saying, what you see going on today. No woman wants the no. So you see that today. Who's getting who gets all the glory and magnification? Niggas who don't give a fuck about the lawless niggas. Basically, lawless niggas.
So yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, but this is so heavy, bro. Because if you look at it too, look how they do with the music industry. If you come in that singing about some good music, they is not gonna magnify your shit.
Right.
When they be making the stallions in them, your shit is get magnified.
Right. So let's move on because I feel like we already complicated this verse too much.
Verse 24. Great men and judges and potentates shall be honored. Yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord?
Right. So basically, just in case y'all not understanding what these verses go into, it's basically talking about people who should be honored, and it's still talking about one who feared the Lord versus the sinner. So what is it still breaking down to? What was we reading earlier about pride?
Right.
This is about one who has pride and one who's humble. You know what I'm saying? So when you read verse 23 again, it is not right to refuse honor to the poor person who is intelligent. That poor person who is intelligent is the one who is in this case the humble one. He's humble, he's poor, but he has understanding. Don't refuse him, and then you're gonna magnify the sinner, the one who has pride. That's what 23 is breaking down to. Don't refuse and don't despise the poor man, and don't reject to give him his honor because he's poor, especially when he have understanding. You see what I'm saying? This man got understanding. And when we say poor today, nobody wants to be poor, but poor could be us. Poor could be us, the minorities, the ones that they look down on. See what I'm saying? You may not consider yourself poor because you're not on the streets. No, them brothers are just less fortunate, more or less unfortunate than us. You know what I'm saying? But we are the poor.
That's true.
So understand this. Don't refute. And that's what you see going on right now. As we speak right now, if I go out there and I tell a woman something, she'll be like, shut the fuck up. Who are you, nigga? But if Clyde say the same thing I said, oh, I do whatever you say, daddy. And you know what I'm saying? She'll refuse me, a man of understanding. Women won't think about this. You see women that won't do right by godly men. They don't want us Israelite brothers. No.
Yeah.
They want a dope boy. They want such and such. That's what this verse is going into. You know what I'm saying? That's just another example to take it so y'all can kind of get it. You can see how women refuse the godly man. They don't want to hear what the godly man got to say, but they'll listen to whatever the wicked say. They'll love, they'll marry, they'll become baby mama, all of that for the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Don't refuse and deny us our goddamn honor because we doing it the right way. We are the poor. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll magnify the sinner, and then you think we're supposed to take care of the sinner baby and all that shit too. Let's move on. I told you I'm a swing. I'm trying not to get on them. But you know what I'm saying? Don't deny that poor man his honor, because he, especially one of understanding, and then magnify the sinner. That's pride, idiot. In verse 24, I know I went back to 23. I just had to get it. 24, give me that one more time.
Verse 24, great man and judges and potentates shall be honored. Yet is there none of them greater than he that fears the Lord.
To put it in small words, people of influence and people of power will be honored.
Yeah.
But none of them is greater than the person who fears the Lord. It's still going back to what? The person with pride versus the person who's humble. If all you gotta do is read these verses and you'll see it's saying what I'm telling you it's saying. It's talking about one was prideful and one is humble. Don't do this to the one that's humble and then give this to the person who's prideful. Prideful ain't nothing but another word for saying the sinful one, the sinner.
Right.
So when it says it here, it says people of influence or power will be honored. Meaning, just like I told you, a rich man can say something right now and everybody will hold near and dear to what he says. A celebrity can come on and say something right now and everybody will hold near and dear to what he says. But if I go out there and say something, it's, who the fuck is you? Shit, nigga, shut up. Who is you to tell somebody what to say? Or what it is? Who is you to give women advice? That's the type of stuff you're gonna hear. Who is he? Man, I'll kill that nigga. Man, tell that nigga shut up. All type of stuff. As a fact, I'll take you back. We was at Classics, bringing out the word strong. When a nigga come and scream, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up. That's what they want because nigga, who is you? But then Kendrick Lamar comes out and say the same thing. I said, oh God, I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. Oh shit. niggas was walking down the street with niggas walking down the street with shirts with no shirts on, smoking black and mild, screaming they Israelites. See, people of influence, they say some shit, they will be honored. The people of influence will say something, they will be honored. But here it is. Us, we put in the work. But they won't hear a goddamn thing we got to say. Shalom, man. Shalom, man. I'm telling you. And that's how it is, though. That's why, think about this. How long, I'm going to show you why this is why we used to get on, we used to say, F the white people who claim they love us and claim they going to help, right? Because for years, we had been screaming, stop this brutality, stop that, stop this, stop that, right? But we had absolutely no goddamn power. All it took is, if there's so many of them that care, all it took is for one with power to say something, and it would be heard. Because people with power and influence will be honored. But no one has ever spoke for your cause. What does that tell you? The people of honor don't give a shit about what's happening to you. As a fact, they love it. Why? Because it was planned for you.
Damn right.
But let's keep it simple one more time. The people of honor will be heard. Celebrities, judges, y'all get it. That's pretty. Celebrities, judges, police officers, all that kind of stuff. Them people gonna be honored. You gonna respect them. But the people who can actually help you, the people who were sent here to save you, the people that actually can help you make it to the kingdom for yourself, you know, the people that's best for yourself, all that salvation, the people who are best for you, you won't hear them. The people who look like you, your brethren, you ain't gonna hear them. So you'll listen to the prideful, but you won't hear the humble. Let's move on.
Verse 25. Unto the servant that is wise shall they that are free do service. And he that hath knowledge will not grudge when he is reformed. Want to read it again?
Yeah, Salakia.
All right. Verse 25. Unto the servant that is wise shall they 25. Unto the servant that is wise shall they that are free do service. And he that hath knowledge will not grudge when he is reformed.
So,
yeah,
to just give it to you in short words, it's like a slave or a servant who is wise, a brethren who is wise, something like that, right? A servant who is wise, a slave who is wise, will have free citizens come and serving him. He'll have free people coming to serve him. And if they are sensible, they will not resent it. So if they have understanding, knowledge, they will not grudge. They will not grudge it. Being a servant to him, basically.
some leaders ain't trying to do no servant work.
Right, and that's you can take that into this truth in this walk too, and that's what you kind of see like in this position here, where you'll see we labor for the Most High for free.
Right.
And if you wise, you won't resent it.
Damn right.
Now, then he set up an order. So it's like, you got me. We work and we build it. I don't pay y'all to do these labors.
Yeah.
So if you decide to come and do these labors and you decide to follow and walk, you doing this work. There's the thing about it, how much I'm calling, hey man, brothers, y'all got to do, hey brothers, do this, brothers, hey, like all these calls, you don't get paid for that.
Yeah.
But if you wise, you ain't gonna resent it. If you wise, you ain't gonna resent it because you're gonna understand that these are fruits going in your. I'm not paying you physically; these fruits are going in spiritually. I'm giving you the best money I can give you, fruits to put in the basket to stand before Christ.
Yeah.
So then you won't resent it, and then reform is what?
Say it again, so?
It says he will not resent. Salaki, what we at 25 again? It says,
yeah, 25.
And he that have knowledge will not grudge when he is reformed.
When he is informed, he's instructed.
Reformed. He will not resent it when he is reformed. They will not resent it. Let me get the word reform real quick. Reformed, reshaped,
I was trying to read it from what it meant. Then I was like, it sound like you were saying instructed. You got to get the definition.
Right. Reformed is to be changed, to be improved, to be having relinquished an immoral, criminal, or self-destructive lifestyle. Cage plays a reformed gangster who returns to his old ways. Get what I'm saying? Reformed. It's just basically saying something like in that example, Cage plays a reformed gangster who returns to his old ways. Cage was a gangster who was reformed, meaning he was changed. He changed from being a gangster, and then he ended up going back to his old ways. So same thing with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be upset when your lifestyle changes because you done been reformed. You've been switched from living your own life, serving your own purpose, to now serving the Most High. And to some people, it's like, damn, we serving you. No, you serving the Most High. Our mission, you serving under me as I serve. You know what I'm saying? As we serve to the Most High. So I hope y'all understand that all of our efforts go into one constructive step. Nobody's stepping alone in this, and if you are, then that's because you out of the spirit. Read that one more time, and then we'll move on.
Oh, I got you.
So we
Verse 25.
Go ahead. My bad.
Verse 25. Unto the servant that is wise shall they that are free do service, and he that hath knowledge will not grudge when he is reformed.
Go ahead.
Verse 26. Be not over wise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in the time of thy distress.
When you do work, don't make a show of your skills. And don't try to put on a show when you're in trouble.
Some damn sense.
Right. So be not overwise in doing thy business. Don't be a know-it-all. Don't be a know-it-all when it comes to your business. Don't be like you gotta post it like you just know everything. You gotta show every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be braggadocious. You just know. You know what I'm saying? It says, be not overwise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in thy time of distress. So that's why you may see me like when I first started, I had that spirit on me where I was so happy I was cutting grass. I wanted people to see, but then I was like, okay, I need to advertise a little bit. But then afterwards, after them first 3-4 videos, pictures or whatever, I stopped posting my business. I stopped posting it, and then every once in a blue moon, I'll pop up with another picture and say, "Hey, we still in business."
Yeah, babe.
You know what I'm saying? Well, people be maligning that shit, man. People be waiting for that fall.
Right.
Waiting for that fall so they could laugh at you.
Right.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and keep it going.
27. Better is he that laboreth and abundant in all things than he that boasteth. Verse 27. Better is he that laboreth and abundant in all things than he that boasteth himself and wanteth bread.
Okay. So now, this is what I'm gonna be honest with you. The Bible's kind of it's basically telling you how to tell who's actually succeeding in their business and who's for show. Because read it again, watch.
All right. Verse 27. Better is he that laboreth and abundant in all things than he that boasteth himself and wanteth bread.
It is better to work and have more than you need than to go around boasting but be hungry.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? The people that's going around, they need everybody to know that they doing this and doing that and doing this and doing this. That's the ones that this Bible is talking about. They the ones that's going around boasting, but they really hungry.
Damn, so remember we said that not to take it in a worldly view, but it's like, even though in that times when, it be the woman, you working your ass off, and then a woman asks you for money, then they try to clown you like on social media, oh, you broke as hell, but you the one begging for the money. But then you say, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that, but you're begging for money.
Right. And that's how it is. It's just like those who are, but basically in this is better. It's like it's better for you to work and gain an abundance than Sirach. Where we at? What verse was that again? 27.
27.
Yeah, better is he that laboreth. So better is the man that actually laboreth and aboundeth in all things. I mean, he gathers the things that he needs. When he's going out, he's actually doing the works. He actually succeeding at something. He's going out there, he's conquering, he's grabbing. You know what I'm saying? He's getting things. And then there's one that's boasting. He being loud. He's showing himself. He's showing his work. He want everything to be seen. He want everybody to know that he's doing it. I do this. I do that. I'm doing this. Hey, check out my yards. Check out this. Check out this. Like the person that's just going around talking about his business all the time, just boasting and just that person. He says better to be the one that's quiet and just getting to work and stacking what you need than to be the one walking around boasting and hungry. So that's why I was telling you that the Bible verse here really actually tells you which people are succeeding and which people are just out there. The one that you see is getting his money. I mean, Salakia, the one that you see that's going out there and he's working, he ain't all over. He ain't trying to be seen. You can see him just doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? When you see him, he's doing what he's doing. He may post here, he may post there, but you never. He's not trying to be a look at me show. That person is the one that is working and abounding. the person that you see that's making themselves a walking show, they got to be all over the place. They need everybody to know what they're doing. They broadcasting every single thing. That person is walking around right now lacking bread. The Bible let you know straight up. The one who the loudest in the room. Remember what they said? The loudest person in the room. Normally the
weak is in the room.
You know what I'm saying? And then they got in a worldly tongue, the loudest nigga in the room, normally the brokest. So think about that. It's like when you really look at it from that time, the Bible's damn near saying the same damn thing.
Yeah, it's true.
The loudest person, the one who need to be seen. You gotta let everybody know he's doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. Yeah, he's
He's actually the opposite.
Yeah. He right now hungry as a motherfucker. Let's go ahead, move on.
Verse 28. My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to the dignity thereof. That's heavy. That's so heavy. It ain't funny.
In meekness, my child. Read that again, Scott.
Yes. Verse 28. My son, glorify thy soul in meekness.
Glorify thy soul in meekness.
You hear?
Yeah.
And give it honor according to the dignity thereof.
And give it honor according to the dignity thereof. Okay, so my child, keep your self-respect, but remain modest. By yourself as your true worth.
Yes, sir. You better know your worth.
So, my son, glorify thy soul and meekness. What is meekness?
Humbleness.
What are we going back to? What? Humbleness. And I said, glorify thy soul in humbleness and meekness. Right? And give it honor according to the dignity thereof. Let's move on.
All right. 29. Who will justify him that sinneth against his own soul? And who will honor him that dishonor his own life? They go out to you sick ass rappers and you people in the industry selling your soul. You be dishonoring yourself and you be selling your own soul. You selling against your own stuff. We also notice, our own people who do it too, who's in a lower state as well.
So, verse 29. Read that one more time, bro.
Verse 29. Who will justify him that sinneth against his own soul?
Who gonna justify a sinner who gonna justify him that sinneth against his own soul? No man is going to justify somebody no one is going to justify you. There's no excuse for somebody who sins against their own soul. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to who gonna justify you? You did the dumb shit. But in another translation, it would say, there's no excuse for a person there's no excuse for a person to run himself down. But okay, but the second part, what's the second? Read that second part of it again.
The second part saying, and who will honor him that dishonors his own life?
Who will basically, for lack of better words, no one's going to respect a person who don't respect himself.
That's what it.
And that's what this is breaking down to. No one respects a person who don't respect themselves.
Man, that's heavy, right? Well, so many things we talked about, so many nights that one verse going to one. I remember when this time you were telling me about, jail. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's heavy. That's why I said, damn, it's heavy. That's heavy. Damn, boy, it's heavy.
And who's gonna make an excuse for you when you sin against yourself? I mean, it's your pride. That's your pride. You know what I'm saying? So when you read, there's no person who don't have respect for themselves. Verse 30.
Verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. That's all he's known for.
Mm-hmm.
That's a damn shame.
The poor man can be honored for their skills and good sense.
Yeah, go see. There's so much stuff we talk about. Remember when we were talking about even with the degrees and stuff? They get you the riches, the big time.
Same thing I said. Yeah, you remember I said, the degrees. Yeah, they get you riches and all that stuff. But
she said the person with skill will forever make money.
Yeah.
So no matter where he goes.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Person, Salaki. No, not degrees. I said skills gonna pay bills.
Oh yeah.
Degrees gonna put you in the unemployment line.
Yeah.
You understand? It comes a point where keyboards ain't gonna when it's all over, keyboards ain't gonna bring money in the house.
Yeah, that's it.
Keyboards ain't gonna put food on the table. Your paper, that paper degree that you went to school for ain't gonna put food on the table. Skills is what's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Where we at now?
We at verse 30. No, 31, I'm sorry. Verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? Yeah.
So it's like verse 30. People can honor the poor man is honored for his skills, his actual labors, things that he actually do. The rich man is only honored for his possessions. That goes back to what I was telling you when you see people at funerals that they don't even love the family member. They just there to see is there anything on the will for me.
Yeah, tell that funeral about that motherfucking will too.
Right. And then 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So it's like, if someone is honored while he is poor, think how much more he will be honored if he becomes rich. And if someone is despised while he is while he is rich, think how much more he will be despised if he becomes poor. That's that.
That's accurate, man. That's where they close it off.
Y'all dishonor us. Don't dishonor the humble, so you can glorify the sinners. Anywho, we share this piece with y'all. I didn't know what's gonna float like that, but this is just us talking these scriptures down. We precept and we just talking, but
right.
Lord's will. We have
Lord's will.
Tune in tomorrow.
Yes, Lord's will.
Shalom, happy Sabbath.
Shalom, happy Sabbath. Hope y'all took something from this little thing. Hope it somehow, help you change and reform your life.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.